What's going on, everyone? It's Oscar here. Welcome back to Geoguessr Explained. Today is the Brazil special. Second seed will be in Brazil. And I'm also joined by my good friend Kodiak. What's up?
Hello, hello.
And so we're just going to be explaining the rounds together. Simple as that. Am I screen sharing with you yet? Yeah, good, I am. Okay, let's get it.
Yeah.
Okay, first round here. Country is relatively obvious, I would say. But actually, no, I'm actually not 100% sure yet. Let me take a look around. So what immediately strikes you about this round?
Can you look at the mountains northwest? I feel like they look kind of. Is it South Africa, right? Or is it Lesotho?
It's not Lesotho. It's not Lesotho. We have a yellow plate here. I thought Botswana at
Yeah,
first, right? So, but
really,
maybe it's
no.
just South
I,
Africa.
I think I think with those mountains, isn't it like more Cape area?
Yeah, probably actually.
Uh,
These
that's
like
what I
round.
was
Wait, could this be
thinking.
Peru ever? Like we have like like this kind of pole top. It kind of looks like Peruvian almost. But I
Wait,
don't know
I'm
if
in
it actually
driving
can be that.
left.
There's no car.
Now we have the sign left in the west.
Oh, true. Yeah. Okay, so it should be South Africa then. Yeah.
Yeah, and with the mountains like south and north, we
hmm
should be like
Western
east of
Cape somewhere.
Paarl somewhere, I was thinking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like in this, yeah, Robertson or something, Worcester,
hmm
something like that. I was thinking.
I've never seen this pole top in South Africa, but it must be there. Actually, like the logic makes perfect sense. So yeah, interesting. So let's just run through. I'll just quickly run through why this would be South Africa now that we eventually worked it out. And also, I'm almost certain it is West Cape. I'm almost certain you're right. But anyway, we've got white road lines in the center, which is something you see in South Africa. Sign set up for left-hand drive, as Kodiak said. We do have like fences around basically every building here, which is also something you see definitely in South Africa. These trees are quite southern hemisphere, and you definitely do see them in the Capes. So I can agree to that. And then just look at the people, and yeah, architecture is a bit all over the place here, so that's why I was kind of confused at first. Also, these
Yeah.
white boxes on poles is very South African, and we actually do see some more normal looking wooden poles here, which you see in South Africa all the time. But the big clue for Western Cape here is that this is like a normal car with a yellow plate, and if you see a normal car with a yellow plate, it should be Western Cape, whereas like service vehicles around the country can use yellows, but if you see a normal one, it should just be WC. So yeah.
Yeah. And the mountains itself look like, I think, Western Cape more than other mountainous areas in South Africa. Like
Yeah,
this exposed rock, kind of
yeah,
green
yeah,
on top still,
yeah.
plateauy-ish.
So
Yeah.
how do you feel about like alfalfa or something like
Yeah,
that?
like general, like yeah, I think it was still like Robertson, Worcester, something like that.
Sure. The mountains are fairly equidistant, so I mean, yeah, just go Southern Robinson here.
Maybe a bit more east, but like
Okay, it was actually
yeah, just
Paul.
but it was the first call actually.
I think
Yeah,
Max
like
was
the
there
mountain
today.
I think he was, yeah, close by. He wrote me as well,
Yeah,
yeah.
nice. There you go. Okay. And next one here, the country is much more obvious, I would say. Let's take a look around here. Yeah, okay. So we're driving left-hand side of the road. We got double yellows on the outside, and we have this taxi. And with these these three things, we can easily get the country. And then we also have language here, which also helps.
Ah.
Where are you thinking that it is, Kodiak?
Taiwan is, I think, in the west of Hong Kong, if I
Mm-hmm.
remember correctly.
Okay, he knows the
Maybe
places,
I'm
guys. He knows the
misremembering.
places.
Maybe I'm misremembering.
So
I
yeah,
don't
this
see it.
taxi. This taxi is
Yeah.
unique to Hong Kong. White on the top, red on the bottom. Kind of like an older style of car. It's definitely going to be. Here's another one here. They're very common. You'll see them like maybe in like a quarter or a half of rounds you get in Hong Kong, if not more. So yeah. Also then the double whites with the double yellows. This combination. Can you even see that like anywhere apart from the UK and Hong Kong? Like
I want to say like UK, maybe like ex-colonies or something
yeah,
like that,
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
use it from time to time.
yeah. Maybe like
But yeah.
they also do doubles in Singapore as well, I think, right? So yeah, that's
Yeah, I
about it.
think so. Yeah.
Also, just peeking through the trees here, we've got this
Oh
like
yeah.
massive apartment buildings. That's very Hong Kongolese. You don't actually see apartment buildings like this too many other places. So yeah, that helps.
Yeah, like I feel like those are very Chinese influence, and the only street view country that is like that is Hong Kong effectively, and Macau, I guess.
Right,
I don't
right.
really find the place, by the way, so guess middle, I guess.
We'll just go that, and yeah, it was just in the
I'll
middle there.
choose middle. Oh, there,
Uh,
Taiwan.
yeah, so hilly, green, kind of clean and nice and very developed with those double whites and
Yeah,
double
and the
yellows.
buildings.
Yep, that's how we get it. Okay, next one here looks like maybe more so my domain. This one is, I know exactly where it is, but I'm just trying to think of how I'd describe where it is. Okay, so first things first. Let's take a look if we can see some number plates. So number plates here are like kind of shorter. Like that's kind of the outline there. It's kind of hard to tell. Okay, here we see kind of shorter number plates. They're not particularly long like you'd see in Europe, but they're not as short maybe as North American ones either. We have a giveaway sign here with black text. If it was red text, then we'd think it was New Zealand. But with black text, that can be a number of different countries, including Australia. It's definitely set up for left-hand drive, so it's not somewhere in like the US. Well, they would say yield in the US and nothing in Canada, I'm pretty sure. Then it's quite green. We got eucalyptus trees. That's probably the biggest thing here for getting Australia, maybe even. Just because like they're very recognizable for Australia. Not found too many other places. Then we got like a lot of one-story buildings. This is like typical Australian architecture, typical modern Australian architecture. Red brick, but also mixed in with non-red brick houses as well. Finally, we're looking at plates here. I do feel like none of the plates are yellow. I feel like they have a slight blue tinge to them. It's hard to say. This kind of blue little sticker and mixed with the yellow vertical thing should mean we're in Melbourne. But that's kind of more advanced meta. So apart from that, this is definitely difficult. But if you can remember that blue thing plus the yellow sticker, then you should be in Melbourne. Anything to say on this one, Kodiak?
No, because Australia.
Yeah.
I normally use Melbourne street layout, but I don't think it works in this occasion because it should go like always northeast-ish. Yeah, I mean that actually
I
kind
mean,
of
it
works in
actually
this case.
is like the kind of, Melbourne's built on a grid. This is what
Yeah,
he's saying.
but
It's
a
not
bit
quite
different
the
in
same
this.
angle, but yeah.
Yeah. But normally, if you're like on a bigger road in Melbourne, you mostly go northeast.
And so if you see
It's
a
kind of
lot of these like cookie cutter houses, you should be somewhere on the outer suburbs, I would say. I'm not really sure where this would be, so I'll just kind of click middle. But yeah, should be somewhere there. I think, yeah, it was outer suburbs, Pakenham. Makes sense. Okay, not too bad. Next one here. Immediately, what do you notice about this round, Kodiak?
the short dashes on the outside of the road.
Mm-hmm. We also have architecture here, which is definitely helpful.
Yeah, can you look around to the southwest again?
Mm-hmm. Okay, we have bollards as well. We should seal the deal. Yeah.
Estonia, right?
Yeah, I think this is Estonia because of the this
Yeah.
mostly because of this house. Like that's the main thing, I think.
Yeah.
And then
Like the angles
Sweden wouldn't use round
roof.
bollards either. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like so if you're like in between Baltics, like let's just say we don't know this is because Estonia because of the road lines. Often Estonia has way steeper roofs than the other two Baltics because there's more snowfall to go down on the roof. So yeah.
Yeah,
It's
and
also
that's a good
quite
rule of thumb in general. Steep roofs often mean you're going to be somewhere quite cold that gets a lot of snow.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. We also seem to have
Yeah.
like some wooden poles here. It's kind of hard to tell, but that's definitely something you see more so in Latvia and then also in Estonia.
Yeah, the pole top here is kind of hard to see, but I think
Yeah.
the second pole is actually Estonian. This one, is kind of this. I think like is Estonian pole top, but it's so far away to like properly tell or explain. So
Also, we see a dirt road here. You see that a lot in the Baltics. And then, yeah, the short dashes out of the Baltic countries should be Estonia. So, and then the round bollards should be Estonia and Finland, but yeah, you wouldn't see the dashes in Finland, so this is pretty safe Estonia. And I didn't really know where to click, but it actually was on the island there, interestingly.
yeah, normally the island I didn't really see it properly, but it's very sandy. I feel like actually there was some sand on the side road.
Yeah, the dirt road was quite sandy, so yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not very good at getting the island, so that's actually helpful knowledge for me. Okay, cool. Okay, what are you noticing on this round, apart from the flags?
Apart from the flag, I see those holy poles with the white paint at the bottom and big white holes.
Yeah, so it's very wide, and the holes go all the way down to the ground.
And
so
also yellow sticker on the pole.
Yeah. Yellow paint job or sticker, that's going to indicate much more so Romania than Hungary. Hungary is the only one that uses these wider poles. And even still, I would say, would you also say that they're kind of more common in Romania to be super
way
wide?
more common in Romania, especially like getting slimmer to the top. Like
Yeah,
this.
yeah. Okay, as for region here, I mean, we've basically covered it. Also, horse-drawn carts are extremely common in Romania and maybe less so
Yeah.
Bulgaria. Like, it's
And the
actually
street
quite
sign
common.
in the south, that fact that it's blue and white, like
Yeah,
this
yeah,
style,
yeah,
it even has the road number 23 something.
yeah.
We don't need to scan for that now, but road numbering system in Romania is super nice.
Hmm, hmm.
It's ordered and structured, so you can find everything
Oh, very
just by
nice.
one road number.
Okay, so before we guess Chad here, do you have a region guess for Romania?
Like it looks pretty built up. I would actually go middle to be honest, but I
Yeah,
would normally look for the road number. But yeah,
let's just go here. And it was actually
it's
fairly
eastern.
northeastern there.
Surprising that it looks
Yeah,
so nice in the
yeah,
east.
exactly. Like, generally speaking, the richer part is normally in the middle or to the west, I would say. And
Yeah,
then this
yeah,
kind of region
the east.
often can look poorer, but not on this occasion. And it's 23,000 there. Let's take a look at, like, we're going to like pick out two random people here and see how they've done in comparison to us, shall we? But
Yes.
I will actually click the show more button a few times just so we get some lower scores because it's more interesting that way. In the meantime, give the video a like if you're enjoying it. And also subscribe to Kodiak. I'll have his channel linked in the description. Okay.
Thank you.
Let us look at some 16Ks here. Yeah, let's pick Delta Flare and Oyvind. Okay. So they actually both got the South Africa, which is impressive because I have to say that round really threw me at the start. What could you say about these two guesses, where they could improve?
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. For me, it didn't strike me as Botswana because the mountains were way bigger than the Botswana mountains that you normally get around Gaborone.
Hmm,
Um, then the fences everywhere was also more South African than Botswana or
hmm,
Botswanese. I don't know.
hmm,
And for the one close to Lesotho, I feel like it's actually a decent guess because they have big mountains like that there.
hmm.
But I feel like you were in a big city, so you are like in a populated area more or less, and it looked like Cape Mountains more than the Lesotho Mountains.
Yeah,
I guess it's
towering
kind of vague.
mountains either side where it makes you feel like you're kind of inside a cradle or something like that in a valley. That's definitely more capes. But to be honest, like as you guys saw, I was pretty confused at the start of that round, so it's really quite forgivable to get a score like that. Pretty good. Okay. Then there was Romania, but we'll guess the same spot, so I don't think we need to really cover that there. The Estonia, we had one Sweden guess there. So I think architecture and bollards, right? What does the Sweden bollard actually look like again?
Like big Germany bollard.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
um, yeah, it's a bit taller than like it. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it.
It
It looks
looks more
like a
like a
Luxembourg
normal.
Germany bollard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
looks more like a
for me it's
standard
normal, I
bollard.
guess.
The Finnish and Estonian ones are more rounded. They're kind of like a cylindrical kind of shape. Okay, as for the Hong Kong, both of them missed it, interestingly. So we were driving left-hand side of the road, so Taiwan should have been impossible there. Taiwan's a right-hand drive country. And then Japan is not the answer because it was not low camera. But say we didn't have that, like still the double yellows on the outside should preclude both countries
And
and
the
lead you
taxi,
towards Hong Kong.
also yeah, the landscape as we mentioned in the round,
Hmm.
and the housing, like those big apartment block buildings. It's
Yeah.
like only Hong Kong, some occasions I guess Singapore, but yeah,
So I feel
like
like
landscape wise, yeah.
yeah, exactly. I feel like both of these players would, in hindsight, have known it, but like because Hong Kong's a small place, you often just kind of forget it when you're starting out. So yeah, just like always bear in mind that it's a possibility, especially when you see like double yellows or something like
Oh,
that.
also we had Chinese on the sign.
Yeah, true, true, true.
Yeah.
Okay, moving down to Australia, this is just a hard round. Brisbane and Sydney are
This is what
both
I would
legitimate.
do,
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
think that's totally reasonable.
Yeah, both legitimate. If you see the blue thing on the poll, should never be New South Wales. Could still be Queensland, but yeah, I mean that's just nitpicking. Those two are both decent guesses, and I believe that was it. Yeah. Okay, so let's move on to Brazil here. How much do you ever practice Brazil, Kodiak, or nah?
Not really. I just have some experience from playing, I guess.
Right. Yeah. 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 Okay. So first round's interesting here. Jumping in, we have like a wooden pole here. We also have a bird nest kind of thing on the top of the pole here. That should mean that we're in the southern half of Brazil. You wouldn't really see it north of Bahia, I think, or north of Mato Grosso. So yeah, that immediately means that. Wooden poles are only found in some places. Like, ooh, this could actually, it may actually not be because we have a stilt house here. What do you think about
Yeah,
that?
I thought it's Amazon area.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe my whole world is crashing down right now. Yeah, these
Yeah,
houses
maybe
definitely kind
like
of feel like this direction.
Rondonia or something was
Yeah,
my
yeah,
first thought.
yeah. So I don't really know what the deal with this is, but these houses, this house here, and these two houses particularly, look like Acre. So I think I would forget about the bird's nest on this occasion, although it tends to work, and I would focus more on these houses, I think, and probably guess in Acre. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Uh,
I don't know if I would go Accra itself. I mean, makes sense, I guess, but I see it more like being inside the Amazon. But maybe that's just me. I think you are more experienced when it comes to Brazil.
Yeah, you know what? It can easily be Manaus, yeah. I think that's also definitely possible.
Yeah,
Maybe like a
I
hedge
was
in Porto
between.
Velho could
Yeah,
work.
exactly. I like Porto Velho.
Because
It's
a lot of
best
Rondonia
of
is quite
both
dry.
worlds.
Yeah, a lot of Rondonia gets quite dry, but Porto Velho looks quite Amazonian. So I think
Yeah,
this is a reasonable
or
guess. Yeah.
Humaita or something just north of that in Amazon. I don't know, just nitpicking at this point, but
Presumably Jupa will watch this, so sorry if this is completely wrong, but yeah, let's find out. I mean, Brazil's tough at the best of times, so let's see. And it was, yeah, just Manaus.
it
Okay, that makes
was.
sense. And yeah, Manaus has more wooden poles than Rondonia for sure, and then Accra. So yeah, a lot of wooden poles in Amazonas and Roraima if we're talking about like Amazonian area. So yeah. Okay, next round here. Also, what is that bird's nest doing there? I don't know, but yeah, okay, interesting. This one is quite a distinctive. I think I'll take over this one because I think I recognize the area. So first things first, we got the white car. We call it that because it's got blue in the middle, but it's got white either side, and as opposed to the one that's fully blue. And that can be found in more in certain states than others, as I have alluded to before. Rondonia only has the white one, not the pure blue one. And then certain other states have it much more than not, like Mato Grosso do Sul, Parana, Rio Grande do Sul, and others. And this landscape, though, looks like it's going to be somewhere in Ceará or Rio Grande do Norte. This is like very green with that many trees, but tons of shrubs everywhere. You see, and when you get that plus this white car and its Generation 4 camera, the new HD camera, and it's like got the massive like overexposed sun, that to me like says these two states. So yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
thinking here.
I thought the same. I think with this car, it's even more likely to be Ceará than Rio Grande do Norte.
Yeah. Because in the North you have the blue car in the east of the states, to the west of the state that you get the one white one more. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah, yeah, that's more like
Uh
a yeah.
okay, I'm looking at these like insulators. Maybe like it could be the hills outside Fortaleza. I think that's probably most likely.
Do we
Yeah.
have mountains east or not? Because
Uh,
I was like first thought was like Sobral area, like east.
we do have them west, east. Yes, we do as well.
Okay, east as well now. Then yeah,
I
I
would
don't
click
know.
here.
I
I would click
think
here, but just between these
southwest of
mountains.
Fortaleza. Yeah,
Yeah,
this stuff is good.
Fortaleza, of course. Yeah, and there
It
we go. It's just in
was
Rio Grande do
Rio
Norte.
Grande do Norte, but yeah.
Okay, next one here. Yeah, it's going to be one of those two states, basically. Okay, next one here. We got wooden poles again, kind of squiggly wooden poles like you'd see in Bolivia a lot of the time, but we're not in Bolivia on the Brazil map. I would say that this one has a high likelihood of being the ones I said have wooden poles, Manaus or Roraima. What do you think?
Yeah, like I also thought it looks very Amazonian. I felt like the road color is could be like Santarém or something, but I guess with the poles you're right, maybe Manaus. Or actually could it be like northern Mato Grosso?
Yes, it could be. Yeah, it could be northern.
Mm.
Actually, everything mentioned so far is possible because Brazil, like as much as you can learn about the poles, they like you can just find a road where they just do their own thing. So it is always possible, and you should always consider that. Manaus and Santarém both have some hills, so the fact that we see like a ridge in the background isn't really concerning. Um, but yeah, I think I would click Manaus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would click Manaus. What about you?
I think I would go Santarém, but yeah, I
Yeah,
mean
yeah,
Manaus works.
yeah. Okay. Well, we shall find out here. It is a bit sandy. Um,
Yeah, that's why I was thinking
yeah.
like it could be like maybe even Amapa, but I don't think this is Amapa. That was
Right.
just like with the soil type, but I doubt it actually.
Yeah, I don't think it could be a mappa, but it could like Maranhão or like Para somewhere, very possible. But okay, I think I want to go Manaus here. Let's find out where it actually is. And it's Mato Grosso do Sul. Okay.
Mato Grosso do Sul. Campo Grande. I feel like Mato Grosso do Sul and Mato Grosso always have very dark possible road color, soil color. Like, it's very hard to get them consistently. I don't know. I struggle with those two.
Yeah, they are difficult. I mean, I don't recall seeing that many wooden poles, but I do recall seeing that landscape there. So I want to check it out quickly again here just to show. So like it's very like there's a lack of palms, definitely. And so that could have actually helped us, I think. And yeah, it's just very sandy, which also I think fits for that area. But it's a difficult round, so yeah. Yeah, I think the lack of palms there would definitely suggest more inland. But then again, Mato Grosso do Sul can also just have like the kind of palms that you get in Paraguay, which are more shaggy looking ones. But anyway, that's a difficult round. And we are not on a good score so far. Hopefully we can redeem ourselves in the next two. Which, this one looks quite difficult, actually. What are you thinking here at first?
What do I think here?
They've got a ridge in the
I
background.
don't really recognize something that I know. But my first thought was like Maranhão, maybe.
Oh yeah, Maranhão is possible, I think, yeah. So it kind of looks like the Amapá Maranhão roof here. But, you know what I mean, with like the 2-layered roof, but...
Yeah. I just feel like it looks fairly Amazonian north.
Yeah.
You know, like coastal north area. That's why, like, maybe northern Para, northern Maranhão.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
Amapá, but I think it's not dry enough for Amapá.
Oh, you got like the beehive ones. Could this be Rio Grande do Norte? I think it can be, actually. Ooh, I don't mind that. The beehive-looking insulators here. Ooh, that would be me testing some metas that I don't really understand, though, you know? So, I'm not really sure if I want to do that.
Maybe it works. I don't completely hate it.
Yeah,
so...
because of like the green vegetation. That's what makes me think it could actually also work.
Yeah,
I think it is somewhere. I think it is somewhere Maranhão to here. Like I do kind of feel like that way. Or in before it's just like Tocantins.
Goiás always looks like everything is like a rule.
If you have no clue, going Goiás is not a bad idea.
Yeah,
as Kodiak just said.
Like
that's definitely but I low key want to try that. I don't know.
Yeah, try.
Let's give it a go. Okay, not too bad. It was actually so cheaper. Okay, that makes sense. So like we had like what'd you say? Like flat-ish landscape with quite a few palms and quite a lot growing. That definitely makes sense for these states, yeah.
I'm honest, I think I never guessed Sergipe correct in my life. So
right, I have a few times after some Jupiter coaching, but yeah, I mean it's definitely still difficult. Alagoas is more recognizable because it has sugarcane and it's even more flat. But yeah, Sergipe is kind of the same, but without the sugarcane as much and with like as many palms. So keep it in mind.
Yeah.
Okay, this is gettable. I think finally I think I know where it is, but I guess we'll see. What do you think off the bat here?
Okay, I was thinking maybe Espírito Santo,
Mm-hmm.
maybe Rio de Janeiro, but more like maybe Minas Gerais actually, like between Minas Gerais and Espírito Santo.
Yeah, I think this is just Minas. I'm pretty sure this is just Minas. So, like, yeah, rolling kind of dry hills with quite red dirt, but the hills they are dry, but they all have grass on them. They're very grassed hills. And they're also, like, the thing is, like, Espírito Santo can look like this, but normally the hills are a bit more rugged or, like, rocky, whereas these ones are very, like, kind of rolling and you don't see any rock, so that's why I think it's Minas over the other two here. But we could kind of hedge it just south of Belo Horizonte so that we kind of capture the whole state, yeah.
Yeah, like, personally, I would go east of Belo Horizonte, but yeah.
We can do that. We can do that for sure. But yeah, I just do think it's somewhere in that state. This is like typical Minas, and you do get this landscape in other states, but yeah, I would say there's at least like a 70% chance we're in Minas here. So I'll see if I'm right. And it was right there. Very nice. Good call, Kodiak. Okay, so we get 11k there. All in all, it was not the best seed, but I think we can learn a thing or two from
yeah.
round 2, round 5.
I feel like
round
round
1, and then-
1, 2, and 5 we kind of knew and
yeah.
mentioned everything, but yeah, round 4 and 3, especially 3, I had no idea.
3 is just a plain difficult round. Don't worry if you got that wrong. But okay, let's quickly check out a few people here, and then call it a day. So yeah, that was like this is truly like the ring of death. This one, if you just click Talk on Chins, you're right in the middle of everything. Deborah had a good seed there. 13k is quite respectable. Yeah, not too bad. And presumably this is the top. Well, actually, like some good guesses there. But okay, let's go down, and immediately we're already at 6,000. But I think we can just kind of click 1 here and just I mean, is there anything more you can really say here? He actually got round 3 right.
Minas Gerais.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got Minas Gerais as well, which is good. I mean, I guess northeastern feeling for like in the Bahia, I guess. Ha, I don't know what I can tell you about this.
Yeah, I mean, the main thing is I would say like stilts houses, like we saw in Manaus round 1. That should be this area of the country.
Yeah, I guess that's
yeah.
like Amazonian look.
Yeah. But apart from that, it was not even much worse than our game. Even though we got more points because we got close on the Sergipe and the Rio Grande do Norte. But yeah, really, not too much to fault there. We'll check out one more here, Jamie. See how Jamie did. So Jamie actually nailed round 3, no
Why
shot.
did everyone get
That's
this?
crazy. But everything else was a bit of a struggle.
I mean, they got Amazonian.
Yeah, it was not bad. It was not a bad effort. Yeah. And what just happened to me? I have no idea what just happened. Oh, wow. Okay, interesting. We're back here. All right, on that note, I think we'll end off the video. Thanks, Kodiak, for joining me. And, yeah.
It was great fun.
Yep.
And, see you.
Stay tuned for tomorrow's Play on Links. And, yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Till then, goodbye.